This is part 3 of the Lua tutorial, and today we're going to be doing functions. So, we'll start off with an if statement that we learned in the last tutorial. So, if food is not equal to food 2, then n. So we're just going to make the if statement there for now. And we're going to make the function. So we declare a function by typing in function, and the name of the function, which is going to be called eat. Then put 2 brackets, and we finish it with an end statement. So the eat function, all it's going to do is print I ate the food. So if food is not equal to food 2, then we're going to be calling function eat, 2 brackets after that. We're also going to be making a function called not eat. Now, not eat is going to print I didn't eat the food. So, if the food is not equal to food 2, then eat, else not eat. So, what we've done here is we're going to call the piece of code with an eat when we call eat with the 2 brackets. So that's how we call the function. So the function is just a piece of code which we can call whenever we want. So the same with not eat, it's another piece of code. The pieces of code we put inside of our functions is print currently. So let's try this out. So it says I ate the food because the 2 things are not equal. But we didn't actually put the code inside the if statement. We called the function with the code. But what's the point of just calling a function with code when you could have written it in here? So we're going to be making it a bit more complex. So we're going to use what's called a parameter. A parameter is something that when you call the function, you set a variable for the function. So it's so you can change it every time and reuse the function, even though you have different inputs. So our input is going to be a string, which is going to be the chosen. So we do it inside the brackets, we write chosen food. It's going to be our variable. So instead of saying I ate the food, we can use the 2 dots that we learnt in the first episode, chosen food. So, and then 2 dots, we're going to put exclamation mark back there, because that is vital for it to work. It's not good. And then here, in not eat, we're also going to pick the chosen food. So when we call these, we are going to instead of doing this, we're not going to do this. So if the food equals pizza, then we're going to eat pizza. So our parameter here is the pizza. So if you think about it, print that we're using here is also just a function which has been declared by Lua itself. So we're making our own function similar to print, where you pass in the parameter of a string, which is the chosen food. So here in not eat, we're going to say we chose the leek. So let's try this. Say I ate the pizza. So it's put in the pizza there because that's what we ate. But if we didn't eat the pizza, this food is going to be called the instead of just going to get rid of food 2, we don't need that anymore. We're going to say that the food here is leek. I didn't eat the leek. What? Oh, I used a double negative. That doesn't matter. That's just grammatical. So I did not eat the pizza is what we should have written here. But because I don't understand things. yeah. So that's basically how functions work. But there's one more thing we can do with functions. They not only can take in inputs, but they can give out outputs. So it can, for instance, so here we have our chosen, under eats function, we have the chosen food. So what we can do is use return. Return returns a value of the chosen food. So we're going to return the value chosen food. So that's like, and we're going to return the value chosen food, but because there's no point in just returning the value we put into it, we're going to put ... chosen food. Just going to add the exclamation mark on the end. So we're going to eat pizza, and I'm going to change the food back to pizza. So now we can eat, and we're going to have, and like when we declare the variables, we have to put the name of the variable, which is going to be called chosen, and we're going to be equals the function. So what this does is it declares the return value as the chosen food. So now we have chosen as our return value, which is just what we put in with an exclamation mark on the end. So we're going to print chosen. You can just get rid of this other stuff now, just to neaten things up. Okay, so now it's all neatened up. We can, this is going to print the chosen thing, which is now just going to print the word pizza with an exclamation mark. Our eat function is basically putting an exclamation mark on the end of the string we put in, so that's what it's going to print. Let's test it. Pizza, exclamation mark. As you see, now it has the exclamation mark, as that's what the function eat has done for us. That's pretty much everything on functions. There are many other functions can do, as they are also, like the if statements, very integral parts when you're programming. And yeah, so that's all for this episode, and goodbye.